give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love how I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love how I feel, knowing that money gon' come right back.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are here, please subscribe. We just hit 9,000. We're trying to get to 10K. Leave a like, drop a comment, do the thing. But most importantly, please subscribe. Joined by cousin Jake, and we have a
Salud.
probably fourth time you've seen this guy on the pod, honorary co-host
Bones Jones.
Thank you for having me, boys.
Appreciate you, man.
He is.
You start every single one of us like that. I appreciate the
I
consistency.
got you,
love
bro.
that.
I mean, I'll never forget that moment. I don't know why that was so funny.
Yo,
Because
You're
we had
not
to do
John
it twice.
Jones.
no, I'm
But
not.
you look like
I'm
your name
not.
could be John
Jones
Jones.
Jones or something like that.
Because
Yeah.
we had to do it
respect
twice,
that.
remember?
I love that.
Because
What?
the first time his mic wasn't
Right.
plugged in,
Yes.
so
Right.
I didn't think you were going to do it. That's why it
Yes.
was funny. But
That,
was
it was
good.
great. It was
yeah,
fun.
but you guys
Alright.
should be seeing John a little more often now.
Yo, yeah, happy to be here. I appreciate you
yes.
guys for real. It means a
Yeah,
lot
this
to
will
me.
be
bro.
good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Before we get started, let's rip
Let's
a
do it.
Magic Mind.
Let's do it.
Want to hear John's opinion on
Fuck
this.
yeah.
Shout out to Magic Mind.
I like stuff like this too.
Boom.
Oh wow, it's a little sweet too. It's not too. Sometimes these things are too harsh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I don't really mind because it's a shot and like whatever. This was good. This was really fucking. This was
Subtly sweet is what.
subtly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
You could taste the matcha. Yeah, no, this shit was dope. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And that's it.
Shout out to Mr. Clooney. Let's get that going.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Let's get
Get
that
some
going.
George going.
Could you imagine Jake walked in this room and said that he wasn't gonna drink?
I wasn't going to drink. You know why? Because bro, I looked at myself yesterday, bro. Had to have been 300 pounds.
My man, you're looking at 300 pounds. Okay.
No, I realized I was fucked up when I
300.
said that to you.
You know what I'm saying?
But you wear
You're
it
looking
well.
at 330 pounds. Let me take a guess real quick. 185.
185.
No?
I'm 185.
You're 185?
Yeah.
What?
I gotta start wearing fucking guinea tees around you or something.
What is it? How off?
185,
How
bro.
off am I?
I mean, you're fucking pretty. You're pretty off.
How off?
205.
All right. I'm not
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That's pretty off.
If we were boxing, I would only be one weight class off from cruiserweight to heavyweight. I was like one. I mean, you look good.
I mean,
It would have been much
that's
worse
whatever.
if I said more than I said less.
No, it's okay.
You
You're
know what I
right,
mean?
right. We'll
No,
take.
how much you think I
185
weigh?
is-
Go. I said, are you looking at 300? I'm at 300. How much you think I weigh? Be honest.
How much do I honestly think that you weigh?
Fuck yeah.
290.
Fuck no.
What do you weigh?
What? Right now, I'm probably like 335.
You're 335 pounds.
I mean, bro, he's
Bro.
6'5".
Yeah, but fuck all that. Yeah, 330. Bro.
Yeah, but 6'5", bro.
You
Like,
yeah.
height carries weight. You look at
No, you're right.
Yao Ming was almost 400 pounds.
that's
He's
that's
7'6", but
that's-
he was
you got a
probably
point.
4 and change.
You're right.
You know,
Yeah,
like
335 is
You're
crazy.
335
Bro, at one point
pounds.
before you guys met me, I was 380 pounds.
That's so
Yeah.
big.
Oh yeah, it's the mess. I know, it's a lot. I would like to get below to 290. I'd look like LeBron James, bro.
Do you have
saying?
any? Do you have
Like-
now? Like, question for you. Do you have any? Because I see you as a big guy, and that's
Yeah.
in your personality.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to
Nah,
get shredded?
No, I wouldn't. Honestly, and I talk about that sometimes with like, yo, cheers, boys.
cheers.
Cheers, man.
I
Salud.
talk about
Here's
that
the
with
cap.
my
Good
friends
time
sometimes.
every time.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I talk about it with my friends sometimes. Nah, bro, you're right. 100%. It's part of my personality.
Yeah.
I think I would look weird if I was skinny, dude. Like, I'm happy with where I'm at. I was 380. I lost like 50 pounds. A lot of it was fasting. A lot of it was stress, going to the gym, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It came off. I'm grateful for it, for sure. I was way too heavy looking back. I'm happy where I'm at now. I'm not skinny. I'm big. Fuck it. I'm big. I don't
Big
give
guy.
a fuck.
He's
Whatever.
a big
I go to the
guy.
doctor. I'm healthy. I don't really care. It is what it is. You know what
Right
I'm
there
saying?
you
Fuck
go.
it, whatever.
Yeah, the God just made you big.
Whatever. I've always been big.
Yeah.
Fucking, I've been 6'5" since senior year of high school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that and I know we're gonna get into yeah, I guess we're getting into the questions. But
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, just to follow up on that, I mean,
Yeah.
do you like that?
Being
Like,
bigger
yeah.
than everybody else.
Yeah, do you
Nah,
like-
it's there's a very bittersweet thing to it because, bro, I would work in the restaurant and they would be like, "Where'd you play football?"
Right.
I didn't fucking play football.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? So, and not even to get deep with it, to like completely spin it, but I also
You
hated.
could, yeah.
I hated that your first reaction of me was that all I had was my size.
Yeah.
Like, you think that that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 5 to 6 times a week working in the restaurant, somebody would say that to me. Where'd you play football? Where'd you play ball? Where'd you go to college? Where'd you do that? And like you're looking at me, and on the surface level is that you think that that's the only thing that I got.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. So I started to look at it from a bittersweet perspective. Like, damn, now I really want to be known for this instead of this because I was a boxer. It didn't work out. I could have, but it didn't. I never played football. Like, maybe if I would have played football, it would be a completely different life, but that's not what happened. I would have been an offensive lineman somewhere, like, whatever. That's not what happened. I never put on pads, not one time in my life.
Wow.
So to tell everybody that over and over again and think that I'm only my size, I hated it. But it's who I am. I've been, freshman year of high school, walked into basketball tryouts. The basketball coach called me Big John. I swear to God, the whole world heard it.
Wow.
Everybody called me Big John for the rest of my life.
Wow.
People that had never called me that before were calling me that. So it's God is funny. The universe is funny. Shout out to Mr. Wagner. He's still there. Call me Big John, and everybody, family members.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Big John? You never called me this before. You know what I mean? It was crazy. So yeah, it's just part of me, bro.
Okay, I like that. Cool. I like that. It's good stuff.
Yeah. All right, so we haven't done one of these in a while. Calling app. Probably the last one we did was like maybe 25 episodes ago, 30 episodes ago.
It was when we first did Evermore.
Yeah, in the 70s, episode 70s.
Wow.
So, these are good. These are good. They're good setups, for topics. So the first one, from Codia Thay _21, mental health
Do you want to say everyone's name? Some people might not. I'm just saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if they have a question, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I already said it. He hits me up a lot, so I'm sure he's cool with it. Mental health as it pertains to friendships.
What's his question?
Like mental health as it pertains to friendships. So I guess like maintaining like a strong mental health like through friendships. I guess like when friendships aren't working or maybe you're outgrowing each other. Like how I guess do we handle the mental in that, because like we are in a chapter where we are losing a lot of people in our lives.
How about everybody just everybody just say what that means to them?
Yeah. I like that.
Start it up.
Well, mental health and friendships. So like where I'm at in my life right now, I see mental health and friendships as I've actually been feeling. I mean, and this is actually more so on a feminine level, but this could also be as well with your boys. Truthfully, bro, I've been a little hesitant to hang out with my girl lately, because I have not been feeling good mentally. I've not been feeling good mentally, and not only do I not want to bring that around her, one, but two, I just know the only way that I'm going to feel better mentally is to work on it alone. So if I go out with my girl, or in this situation, if you go out with your guys, you know that you're neglecting the work that you actually have to do. So that's just my quick bar on. I would recommend, because I feel crazy, because I feel like it's the Super Bowl this weekend. Like I know that Sunday I should hang out with my girl to watch the Super Bowl. Yeah. But how I truthfully feel right now is I'd rather just be alone on Sunday. So I would just recommend that, that's how I see it is, if you're feeling like you're in a storm or you have poor mental health and, it's so-and-so's birthday party or you have this obligation, it's okay with not going.
I just had to deal with that, bro. Just to kind of piggyback off that and do that. Like I had one of my best friends' bachelor party over the weekend, last weekend. Bro, I really didn't want to go. Yeah. I just wasn't in it, bro. Mm-hmm. But I had to. Mm-hmm. In my head, it's I'm not talking like regular friend. You're talking about one of my best friends for 15 years. Mm-hmm. Like I helped put this shit together. I had no choice to go. Right. So my answer to that would be, because I deal with that too. Like if I'm with a shorty and I'm not feeling it. Yeah. And it
has nothing to do with the girl.
Has nothing to do with her, but we have this conversation all the time. They're not going to take that. You know how they feel about shit like that. I've dealt with that before. And even with friends, I think it's very, very important to keep people around you that understand where you're at in your mental health. Mm-hmm. If I'm in like 3 group chats with like 5 to 10 people in them. Some of them have the same people in them. Some of them are a little bit different, whatever. And there'll be days where I don't answer. No, like days, like a week maybe, where I don't answer one of them or 2 of them. And my boys will never attack me and be like, yo, where the fuck you at? Like, what's wrong? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going out. Well, yeah. Maybe want to text me on the side. Yo, you good? yo, I miss you. Hope everything's all right. Like, they'll just know. So my answer to that question, friends and mental health, whether it's, female, romantically, or whether it's with your actual friends, it's very important to keep people around you that understand your mental vacations from people. I sometimes I don't want to leave my couch. I'm smoking on my couch. I'm watching. I'm not in a good place.
Yeah.
I do not want to put that on you guys. If it's a birthday and I'm not in a good place, I walk into this place like, yo, these bags under my eyes, they ain't Chanel. They're fucking Telco. You know what I'm saying? They're not fucking. I don't want to put that energy out onto these people if I don't have to, bro.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's really tough. I had this conversation the other day. Imagine, like, I had a Fashion Week event last night. Wasn't feeling it. You got to go and put a smile on for an hour. It's the most exhausting thing in the world.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to keep people around you that understand your mental health and your vacations is how I would answer that.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the way to combat that is just like communication.
Yeah.
Communication, be open, be honest. If it's someone that you feel comfortable speaking to about your problems, or you are, an open book to hear their problems, communicate. Yeah. And if that's someone that you're actually close to, like, you should know them already. You should know, like, when they're not in the right mental place, right? And you should know when to give them space. That's like, a lot of people don't know how to give people space. Yeah. They feel attacked. They feel like it's something that they did, and then they try to make it about them.
And I've been that person, by the way, so I can definitely relate.
Yeah,
to you. So I've been that other person where it's like, I don't know how to give that person space, whether it's a friend or female companionship or whatever. So I get that.
No, exactly. Yeah, I've been a victim of that as well, where, like, sometimes you just need to give people space, let them cool down, so then they can speak to you with a clear headspace. But a lot of the times, like, we feel that it's about us, and we spin it, and we play like the victim, when selfish. All that person needed was just some space. Yeah. And then, then on the other side, like, when it's you, I mean, bro, we dealt with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I apologize to you. Like, we were in LA, and, like, bro, I was going through some shit, and it fucked up the mood. But, like, they all went out one night, and I was like, bro, I don't want to go out because I don't want to ruin your guys' night. Like, I'm just not in the right mental space right now. Yeah. And, and of course, in the moment, everyone's like, bro, come on, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
out of it, you come out, have a drink, you'll be all right.
Yeah, but I was just like, bro, like, I'm not good on that. And so, like, when I'm going through my shit, I like to just fall off the face of the earth and just sit in it and think about it, and maybe it takes a day or two, and then I can dig myself out of that hole. Yeah. So the best thing is, like, know who you're speaking to, know your friends, and then if you can, bro, just communicate it. And if they can't understand that, then maybe you gotta kind of reevaluate who your friends are.
Yeah, for sure. And with women too, I know how hard it is. Like on that
because that's the thing with women, is that what you said about having friends that are cool with you taking mental vacations. Yeah. I thought that was so fucking beautiful, bro. Yeah. But with women, it's hard because they're obviously a lot more emotional, and with emotion comes less understanding.
100%.
So that's why it's like, bro, when I do, truthfully, bro, the girl I'm with right now, she's super understanding, bro. Yeah. And I have to be with someone that's understanding of my mental pain, because there's going to be days where I'm not going to want to talk to you.
For sure.
And there might be a week where I don't want to talk to you. And the worst thing that I can have the really what I need in that moment is, hey, baby, I'm going through a little something right now. Can you give me some time?
Yeah.
The worst thing that I need is a few days later, hey, what's going on with you?
Yeah.
Because now I feel worse about myself. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm really dealing, your judgment of me has just, like, made things worse for me. When you could have just, like, when you could have just gave me some time.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been a victim of both. I've been on both sides of that.
Yeah.
I've been the one where I'm with a girl and I don't get it when she says that she needs a little bit of space and has nothing to do with you. Yeah. And I've been on the side where I'm telling another person has nothing to do with. So I get both of that, and I guess it's just through experience. I guess you got to just kind of learn to crash and burn on both sides of those spectrums, for sure.
Yep.
And it comes with rapport, and rapport takes time. Like the person that commented on the video of us, like, we have a friendship that, I mean, there's very few things that we could do that would, like, actually offend each other, because we've been rocking for so long that, if I do something wrong to you, it's just because that's what I do to everyone else. And then if vice versa, if you do something to me, it's because that's the way that you are. I'm not going to, I love you because you're you. I don't want to change the way that you are. That makes you great. Who am I to come and say you need to change? Because you don't, bro, you change that, it might change your entire personality.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's Yeah, it's hard, right? Like when you try to change that person, you just have to kind of accept people for who they are. There's a difference between like trying to completely change someone's perspective or their mindset or the way they deal with things. Everyone's going to deal with things the way that they deal with it. Maybe it's not the most healthy way, but that person has been conditioned over the years to like this is how they get through their shit. But there is a place, you know, a time and place to be able to speak to your friend when you know they're not doing the right thing. And you'd say like, yo, I know you don't want to hear this right now, but I'm telling you this because I love you.
Right.
If I didn't tell you this, I would be a bad friend right now.
Yeah.
And sometimes those tough conversations need to be had with your friends. You and I have had those conversations a lot where we tell each other like, yo, I know you're feeling this right now. I know this is where your head is at, but you're thinking based off of how you feel. I'm removed from the situation, so I'm telling you logically what is.
You're unbiased from it.
And sometimes it's hard to tell your friend that because that's the last thing they want to hear.
Right.
But it's probably the most important thing they need to hear.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't accept what they need to hear versus what they want to hear.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that great
Beautiful.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful
good.
lies and fake truth. Which one would you rather? Right.
What'd you say?
Beautiful
lies.
lies or the
beautiful
ugly
lies.
truth?
Yeah, the
You know what
the
I'm
ugly
saying?
truth,
Which one
bro.
is it?
Because
You
then you
wanna
just
live-
get. Yeah, go on.
Nah, it's just that really. And I've been again victim of both. Sometimes you want the fucking fake, fucking beautiful lie
Yeah.
that you could pretend to think that this is what it is and it's not. And then sometimes again you need to have the like West Bay's that person for me. West Bay will give me the ugly truth in like a nice way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
He's that person for me. So yeah, 100%. That was a good question.
All right. Well, let's do it. Let's rip another one. I like that.
Yo, make sure I'm in focus. I got paranoia.
You're in focus.
Okay. No, because Scafiddi's hand went up in the thing when he was talking, and I was like, oh, God.
I'll check what you're talking about.
All right. So I'm not going to say the guy's name. Thoughts on porn and the brain?
I got something good for you because I struggle with this, and I sometimes, bro, I don't even want to speak about it because what I've been taught is your words are very powerful. So it's this three things: thought, step 1; word, step 2; action, step 3. So I don't even want to if I have a negative thought or something negative inside of my mind, sometimes I don't really even like speaking about it because that gets it closer to being an action. Yeah. And
I get that.
you know, I've actually struggled with porn, bro. Like still to be honest, to this day, I would not say I'm completely recovered. I know it sounds I'm speaking about it like a drug, but I mean that was my affliction with it because it honestly ruined my life because it made me sexualize everyone. Yeah. Everything became sex. Literally everything, and then I stopped. Just imagine how it was. What would be the it just became that's why, bro, I don't even like I like PG, you know? Like I mean, it sounds fucking stupid.
No, I get it.
But I really like what would be the word for it? Wholesome things. Didn't we have a conversation about that yesterday? What was the clip? There was a clip or something
about someone. Yes. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, when I'm in my day, bro, and I'm following my purpose, my purpose is wholesome. My purpose is selfless. My purpose is giving. My purpose is just preaching a message that you can be more tomorrow than what you are today. But you know, I come across like if I'm thinking about ass and tits all day, you know what I'm saying? It just fucks me, and that's the problem with porn. And for the person that is even asking the question, I'm assuming that they have a problem with porn. One, you're not alone. A lot of people have that fucking issue because it's the science of what it actually is. It's scientifically linked to your dopamine, and your dopamine is honestly your biggest driver in life. It's your reward system. It's once you kind of train your body to think that something feels good, your body is going to naturally want to do that thing over and over and over. Yeah, it literally craves it. It's the same thing with food. It's the same thing with any type of behavior, drugs, alcohol, exactly. So, my thought on porn, because he said porn, and what was the second part of that?
Porn and the brain.
Porn in the brain.
Yeah,
So
there it is.
Yeah. So there's you have to, you know, I would just say if you are judging yourself because also that's not a fucking sexy addiction. No. It's kind of sexy to say I was addicted to heroin, I think. You know? No, I'm gonna be honest.
No,
with
I
you.
get you.
Because
I don't.
I get it because the way that I think that he's looking at it is that a lot of creative people have probably suffered from drug abuse, whether it's heroin or whatever the case may be. When you suffer from
I don't think it's
taken.
I don't think it's taken as serious. I'll ask you right now. What addiction do you take more serious? Heroin addiction or porn addiction?
That's true. That's a good point to put too.
Heroin.
There you go.
Yeah.
But what if
I just
somebody-
wouldn't call it
what if
sexy.
somebody-
Yeah, I get that.
Shooting up heroin. I don't know. When I think heroin, I think
I kinda
no
know what
teeth
you
in a
meant.
crack
I
house.
know, yeah,
You know, I don't know. Like I know the
get what you're
term
saying.
sexy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
right.
I don't think any addiction
Yeah,
is sexy.
Right,
I get
okay.
that.
There
You know,
I get,
addiction
but
is a
I
fucking
do.
problem
Yes,
that
right.
that a lot of
1,000,000%.
people deal with
Right.
across
Yeah,
the
yeah,
border.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
sexy and addiction, like I don't know, like immediately I don't.
But I do
neither
kinda-
of them
Right.
should be.
I
Yeah.
kind of get where you were coming
No,
from.
I get it. I get it.
I just empathize.
Because porn
with-
is it's a
sick.
taboo thing.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
very taboo. Like it's something you hide. It's not something you go
Yes,
out.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're
Or
a
I mean, you
heroin
talk to
addict,
your
you might
boys
be
about
shooting
it.
up in the street in front of someone. Like you're not jerking off in Times Square. I mean, some
Yeah.
people might, but
Yeah, no,
you know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
And
not.
some people might want to hide the heroin too, because
course.
at least in the beginning, until it gets to the point where whatever. But I kind of understand. I can understand both.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
sexy,
yeah.
but I get where you were going with that in the sense of
Yeah.
what I think, because from a creative standpoint, and I feel like a lot of creative, like Kurt Cobain, rest in
Right,
peace. Like I
right.
get it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I get it.
I don't know. I just whatever. So to move
Yeah.
on from that, I was more so just saying, bro, I know what it's like to be addicted to something and to have this thing ruin my life so much so to when it gets me to the end of my road.
Yeah.
If I continue doing this behavior that other people don't believe it's that serious,
Yeah.
I won't be here that much longer, and that's why I had to work on it. So I'm just saying, in this specific example, I empathize with people that have addictions that may not be seen as that bad,
Yes.
because you could still commit suicide
Yeah.
from an addiction that's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know, so to what I'm saying to him in this scenario is, one, you're not alone. Two, it's completely validated. This is it is a bad thing. It ruins lives. And
100%.
three, just know that there are people that are very smart, that have not created, but they've exploited this thing. And because it's so easy for you to carry out this behavior, because it's as simple as picking up a phone and typing in a website, it is a very hard addiction to break, and it makes sense. But with all that being said, if you do have that addiction, you need to end it, because once that reward system is an orgasm, is so strong, it lights up your whole fucking brain. And you have to think about how much times you've actually jerked off, right? You need to end immediately, because it's not something that like you could do, like, oh, maybe I do it once a month.
Yeah.
It's so strong, it has such a pull on you that for me and my kind of healing process through it is it has to be cold turkey.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of guys come out about no FAP.
Yeah,
And that's such a fucking big
Yeah,
thing now.
yeah.
People are saying it makes you Superman, because I personally feel that. And I had a relapse when I was in California. I haven't told anyone this.
Really?
I haven't told anyone this.
Okay.
And I had a relapse when I was in California. And remember, what have I been saying about my mental health the past few weeks?
not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
And you want to know? But before that, my mental health was amazing. You want to know why? Because I thought I beat that addiction. But it took.
But you're always
it took-
recovering. You know that. You're always recovering. You never
course.
beat it. So
Yeah.
I just want to make you feel a little bit better about how you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people aren't gonna, and not to cut you off again, but just like you said, not a lot of people can empathize with. Like, I don't have a porn addiction, but I can still empathize with you.
Right.
You understand? Not
Yeah.
a lot of people are gonna look at that. So my point is that you are never going to beat that.
Yeah.
I know maybe that's hard to hear,
Mm-hmm.
but you're always battling it.
Yeah.
Always, just to make you know what I'm saying. You relapsed, okay?
Yeah.
But you're never gonna beat it. It's always a battle until the day you die.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's kind of what we spoke about
You
with
know what I'm
like
saying?
addiction.
So just to kind of put a little bit into perspective.
because there's two. I mean, like that. I mean, I don't know what you would call yourself if you're addicted to porn. I don't know if it has a label. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're addicted to cigarettes or vaping,
Well,
you're a vapor,
if
you're a
addicted-
smoker, you're a crackhead. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But but like that's the thing. Like Tony Robbins talks about that a lot, where like you don't associate with that anymore. So when someone asks you like, would I give you a cigarette? You don't say, oh, I haven't smoked in 6 months. You say, I'm not a smoker.
Right.
I don't know what you would say in that. Like I'm not a.
Yeah.
I'm not a
don't-
masturbator. I don't
No,
know.
I don't use pornography.
Right, I don't
It's
use
just-
pornography. Like
yeah.
you don't associate with that title anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, bro, like everyone battles their own
Yeah.
things with certain addictions. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard because like you said, that was a great point. That like it doesn't seem that deep, right? So like when you're like if you're on, obviously none of us in this room have been to that point of doing like a serious hard drugs and had to battle that.
Yeah.
But I think that's a whole nother world. But for these minor things in our minds, subconsciously, we think they're small, but when you do them over a long enough period of time, bro, it ruins you.
Yeah.
It ruins you because it's like you're stringing together so many bad habits, it becomes this big thing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where like you don't think it's that bad. Oh, one more time. Oh, I'll just do it once a month. Oh, I'll just do it once a week. Whatever it is, whatever the addiction is, you're convincing yourself it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But then you look back, you're like, yo, I've done this thing for 4 years now.
Like, holy shit, this shit just crept the fuck up on me. Like, wow. Yeah, everything compounds.
Yeah.
The 1% getting better every day, it also goes to 1% getting worse.
Oh,
every
yeah.
day. The 1% getting worse will compound.
And I don't think you get 1%. I think
No,
like
yes.
it's easier
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's harder to get 1% better every day. I think
like 5%.
Yeah,
worse.
it's like
10%,
5%, 10%. It adds up because like you can like if you look at like a chart, right, of like continual progress, I think the incline is such more of a steady, slow climb for success. But when you're going the other way, it's such a fall off the face of the earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's not a slow, steady decline.
Yep.
it's
Not
Just-
many people go slowly down. It's this. It's more of a steep slope down to rock bottom than it is versus like that steady incline to success.
It's easier to jump off the cliff than it is to learn how to fly.
I mean,
Right?
how long would it
Like-
take you to jump off of Mount Everest than to climb it?
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
This is the what I want to say about that is that, and it's a problem that I feel that makes me feel less masculine, and I'm glad that we could even like have this conversation. Not necessarily a porn thing, but I guess it is because sex to me is not just physical, right? It's emotional to me, and when you're watching porn, there's no emotions involved in that. You're teaching your brain that sex is just physical. Now I get it. We're human beings. We want to have sex. We love sex. Whatever the case may be. We want to orgasm. You want to do it with somebody else instead of just watching porn. I get it. But for me, and my boys will watch this and probably make fun of me, but I am that guy, bro. It's very, very hard for me to have unemotional sex, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I segue back to you guys after this, but it's like, you know, I've dealt with women before, like I'm talking even like early 20s before I met like my ex that I was with in the middle of my 20s, like a woman that hated that she loved me so much that she wouldn't have sex with me because there was love involved with the sex and where they were at in their lives. I mean, you're talking early 20, like, you know, whatever the case may be, we're both in our early 20s. That wasn't part of the plan for that person. You feel me? And that shit could fuck with you mentally when you're somebody like me who I'm not just fucking you, for lack of a better term, just to do it. There's a connect for me here for it to be the real fucking deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like also porn will literally trick your brain into thinking that sex is only physical. Now, again, I get it. We're men. We want to, you know what I'm saying? Not to be vulgar about it, but like it's not just physical for me, and that's where I see the problem with porn, with just in general, because then you got the OnlyFans and you got the selling of the sex that's only physical. And now, shout out to anybody who does OnlyFans. That's you get your bag, do your thing. You feel me? But sex is not only physical for me, and I've literally seen it like in person before, where it's actually ruined something that I had with somebody. Thank God it was so early in my life that it wasn't that important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was able to learn from it and keep on going and whatever the case may be. But it was a very weird topic for me to be like, what are you talking about?
Right,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're running away from your feelings and whatever. You get what I'm saying? Porn will really do that, and that's where the brain part comes into play.
Yeah, and I mean, there's also like just scientific proof and research that it ruins your performance, like as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't last as long. What takes you to get to that point? Because you have a misconstrued version of what you think sex should be, and because porn is obviously, bro, it's entertainment. It's there's actors, like these are paid actors, like they're paid to put on a show.
And you think if your sex is not like that, then the sex is not good. And now women also have that kind of in their head where they're putting you on a pedestal physically. When you could reach that pedestal just based off of the emotions alone. That's what it's supposed to be. Sex is supposed to be great when you're in love and you know what I'm saying? And I guess maybe through trauma or what people have been through before, whether it's men or women, whatever the case may be, they want to run away from that love during that time and only keep it physical instead of making it emotional. And that's where I have a problem with the physicality of just physical sex. When you're with somebody that you love, I'm not saying that it always needs to be this emotional type of sex, because you know you already love each other, so there's physical there or whatever, you know what I mean? But like in the beginning or a certain moment, whatever the case may be, it's not only fucking physical, dude, and that's where porn fucks shit up for people. In my opinion.
It's a transfer of energy.
And that too,
It's really a transfer of energy.
I ain't transferring my shit with somebody that I'm not connected to, because that's where that shit is gonna drain you, and that's where men are fucking up. Men fuck up that shit, and so do women. You know what I mean? We fuck up by just thinking, I'm just going to have multiple sexual partners and do X, Y, and Z. Like, nah, bro. That's where you're fucking up. You're doing something wrong there, dude.
I mean, I saw Full Sense spoke about this the other day on, like, their internal app. They were just like, think about how many times, like, you've thought about, pursuing some type of woman, or some late night link or whatever. I
saw him talk about this.
And then he's like, do you really want to do this? Like, go to the bathroom real quick, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? Do you still want to do that? And he was like, it saved me so much time, so much money. If you still want to do it after the fact, all right, then there's some emotional connection there. But it's like, if you don't, it's like,
that's how
you were thinking with the wrong head. And
that's how you know, though. Would you not say? Let's say you're thinking like, oh fuck, I got something to do in the morning, right? So maybe I shouldn't take this girl home. Let me go and figure some shit out real quick. Or you late night texting somebody and you in the moment and you're like, let me go figure. If you still want to do it, there's something more there than physical. It's a good test. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, it's great.
It's a good test.
It's helped me out. It's helped a lot.
You're thinking over there. I want to know what you're thinking, because I didn't know that this was a tough topic. Not tough, but I didn't know this was a topic. For you, you know what I mean?
It is a tough topic, bro. Because I was so fucking happy the past 6 months of my life, bro. Because I was able to put the phone down. And the reason why that made me happy was because, bro, I've made so much progress in my life. I remember, bro, growing up, for me, sex was a purely performance thing. I never understood where I kind of got with it was I never took sex and was like, I never enjoyed sex. The first 21 years of my life, I never enjoyed. Well, not though I wasn't having sex. I'm saying in high school, whatever, I never enjoyed it, and because it was always about, oh, you like that.
When did you lose your virginity? You want to talk about
14.
That? Bro, because I'm open on this. I didn't lose my virginity until I graduated high school.
Oh, wow.
And then I went on a crazy freshman year of college, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I graduated high school a virgin.
Wow.
Right? And then that summer going into college, I lost my virginity.
Yeah.
But that's my, so I get it.
I just took sex, bro, and I got to the top. Same thing with the cameras, how we were talking about. You can go to the cinema camera. There was a moment, bro, where, like I was saying before, I never enjoyed sex, but then, bro, there came a time where sex was fucking everything, really. Like it was almost like getting to that level, because I never enjoyed sex until I was with a girl that she was 10 years older than me, and she actually showed me what sex was supposed to be about. And it's not, bro, sex is just about pleasure. So if I'm not enjoying myself because I'm too busy worrying about you, and I got to make you orgasm, and I got to make you feel like I'm the man, you're way too in your head.
Yeah, for sure.
You would never enjoy sex that way. Sex is, you're supposed to be in it's a beautiful thing. It's a flow state. There's so much to it, but for me, the question that changed sex for me was it's about pleasure. It's about what do you like? And then that opened me up. I was always afraid to be the guy, and this sounds stupid, but I was always afraid to be the guy that was like slower, faster, more. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds fucking stupid, but
no, I get it.
But I was always afraid to be that guy. But I understood that that's actually what sex is the same thing. It's communication.
Yeah.
The same way you would communicate with a partner. It's the
Yes.
same way you would communicate in the bedroom, because
100%.
your partner does not like the same things that the last person liked, you know? And then
That's where you learn the most. That's where you learn the most about each other.
there's no ego in that. But
Yeah.
then the problem where sex became a problem for me is because I was with a partner that knew what I liked.
Yeah.
She knew what I really liked.
Yeah.
Right.
It got emotional,
and then
no?
it got emotional, but I'm saying then I started taking sex so seriously.
Yeah.
You know, now I started then I dated a girl who respectfully was a stripper. And now we're in a totally we're in a totally different league now with where we're at. No, I mean, no, I swear to God.
I know it's not funny.
This
but
is a
it's-
totally also
yeah.
I was there the night he met her. I
Also-
said, "Cuz, what are you doing?"
You about to get it?
I said, "Yo,
shit right
this is
now.
not a good
Yo.
idea, bro." He said, "What do you mean, bro? She's great."
tattooed from head to toe. No disrespect,
Love it.
but yeah, head to toe. Also 10 years older than me,
Okay.
right? And
More experience. basically.
right,
Yeah,
right.
just
So
shit.
another one, yeah, and then another one of those, and then, bro. So here we are, right? I said it before. Sex is a slippery slope because, bro, sex can have you thinking if you're having good sex with a girl
Yeah.
that your relationship is good.
And you love her.
That's true too. That's
Sex
true,
has
too.
nothing to do
You're
with
right.
your relationship.
Yeah.
The best, bro. The best relationship that I've ever been in my entire life. It sounds so fucking stupid to say, but there was not that much sex involved.
I could sit there and agree with you
Yeah.
on it, because the one that I was the most compatible with, looking back on it, and,
Yeah.
and shout out to her. Of course we had sex.
Yes.
And of course it was good.
Yes.
But it wasn't every day. It wasn't waking up and like, oh fuck, like we
Yeah.
gotta fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was there. And it was a nice addition to the relationship, and obviously it was great, and you keep on doing it because you're attracted to each other and whatever.
Yes.
But I get what you're saying; it's not the main focal point to what's going on here.
Because
Not
you
at
become
all.
dependent on it.
Yeah, and you can't
Because
do
it
that.
it holds everything in place. It's like that's the one thing.
That's
it's like,
the anchor.
okay, we did this.
Yeah.
Now we can go about our day.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the opposite. It should be, there should be communication. There should be some level of intimacy. There should be some level
That's the word.
of love and
That's the word.
intimacy.
Intimacy.
Right. Like there's so much else that goes into a relationship with a woman that has nothing to do with the physical pleasure.
Yeah,
That's an added bonus. That's obviously important. Like we
Yep.
said, it's an important role of it, but it's not all of it. And when a relationship is all of it, it's probably not a healthy relationship. You look at a lot of relationships that are based off of physical pleasure and sex. They're usually not healthy relationships.
Yeah.
It's usually toxic. It's usually bullshit. It's usually a lot of just stupid shit going on, lack of communication, no type of compatibility, but they're compatible in the bedroom, so they make it work because they crave that feeling. They crave that feeling all the time. And then as soon as it's over, it's right back to arguing. It's right back to the
nothing left.
toxic bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people stay together that shouldn't be together, is because they have good sex, but they don't have a good relationship. They're not compatible whatsoever.
And that shit is-
And
that
that's
shit is bad.
that's the most mature thing you can do. Even though the sex is good, even though we pleasure each other in the bedroom, we don't pleasure our minds together. We don't pleasure our hearts together.
Yeah.
Our spirits don't
That's
align.
intimacy to me.
Our spirits don't align. So we need to cut this off right now and be mature and not think with our emotional pleasure inside of us, but think with our logical, rational mind. And that's what fucks up so many relationships, and that's why we have a 50% divorce rate in America right now.
It's terrible, bro. It really is
Yeah,
so fucking terrible.
And that's my problem. That's my problem with sex, bro. Is because I believe in the sex that you talked about, bro. That emotional. It takes time to build up this relationship with someone.
Intimate, bro,
real,
you feel me?
real
Like,
intimacy.
yeah.
Real.
I crave that.
Yes.
Fuck the sex.
Yes.
We want to have sex. Fuck, of course.
Because-
Who doesn't want to have sex? I crave
Of course.
the intimacy, bro. Some of the best foreplay that I've ever had is a deep ass conversation.
The best moment I've ever had.
Right before,
Of course.
you know what I'm saying? Sex. So
Completely agree with you,
it's,
bro.
and
I
society
agree.
is fucked up, bro. Society
Yeah.
is so fucked when it comes to that shit, bro.
Yeah.
What they push now and movies and TV and sexualizing no emotions and no intimacy. Fuck you, bro. Because the only way a relationship is going to last if there is the intimacy and if there is the emotion. And it, like you said, sex is not an anchor, bro. Sex is an addition to a already healthy relationship, right? How long, let me ask you this. How long do you think is a reasonable time? You just start talking to a girl, a dating girl, whatever. You're not boyfriend, girlfriend yet, but, you know, you're dating. Is a reasonable time to have sex? Like, what are you expecting? I'm not expecting it right away. Because that's not why I'm here. We could go get that. We're all three good-looking men. Want to go out to a club or a bar and just find somebody to have sex with? We could do it.
Yeah.
I ain't looking for just that no more. You know what I'm saying? But how long is enough time in between to where it's not the anchor, but now it's time to see if we're compatible here? Because don't get it twisted. You do need to be compatible sexually.
Yeah.
You just both have to be on the same stratosphere of whatever it is, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't know. I don't have an answer to the question I just asked. I have no fucking idea. It's like an open-ended thing. I don't know. Maybe it's different for everybody. I don't know. But I crave the intimacy, bro. And however long it's going to take for us to get intimate instead of just physical, that's when I know that I like you. And if we don't get intimate, I'm probably going to kick you to the curb at some point.
Yep. I agree.
Let's shift.
Yeah.
So this isn't the sex
Or
pod.
sex pod.
Well, one more thing.
Yeah, finish. Close it up.
Bro, as I become more mature in life, like I said, bro, there was a time in my life where sex became very important, bro, and I was proud of that. You know, I was proud of like leaving a girl's house and knowing like I pleasured her. You know, I was very proud of that. And then, you know, you begin to mature, bro, and you see the vanity in that, because it's like, what, like I was just with someone, like you guys said before, that I had. There was the value exchange was I was just with someone. I don't love this person. It felt shallow to me. It didn't feel like the real thing, and that's where now I was saying, bro, I'm starting to move on from sex. Like, yeah, sex is nice, but sex will come with an amazing relationship. You don't have to
100%.
worry about sex if you truly have intimacy with a partner that you actually genuinely love. You're genuinely supposed to be with. That will just take care of itself. And the way I look at it, it's you can sex, like any other pleasure in life. It's the fucking ugly thing. It's the ugly thing in the red dress. It comes and it says, "Hey, look at me. You need me." It's the bad food. It's the any pleasure in life. And really every single one of those pleasures leads to destruction.
100%.
And that's something for us now where we're at. I'm trying to do something genuinely great now in my life, you know, and there can't be any room for any type of shallow pleasures.
Distraction.
Yeah, just
Shallow-
distraction.
It's
Shallow
a distraction.
people. Yeah.
It's hard, and I'll wrap up with this on this topic. Like, it's hard with social media, because now you're exposed to so much beautiful women. You're exposed to so much things, and
Oh
you're
my
like,
God.
I want to experience that.
Yeah.
Like, and then your imagination starts going. So then you start to think like, oh, I haven't done enough yet. I haven't experienced enough yet. And then that takes away from like what you have right in front of you.
100%.
What you have right in front of you is this beautiful relationship, this beautiful person, this person that's going to give everything to you.
Yeah.
But now you're thinking with the wrong head, and then you're like, but I want to try that. I want to see what this is like. Even though I know this probably isn't good for me in longevity, I need my
I want to figure that out on my own. You know
my
what I'm
immediate
saying?
gratification, my immediate satisfaction to raise my dopamine levels. Like, I want to experience that. And that's what social media has fucked up, is like we think that we need that, but that's just a want. We need to differentiate wants and needs. Wants and needs will fucking be the death of you. If you do everything you want, you're going to go in the wrong direction. When you do what you need to do, that's when you put yourself in the right position, where that's where discipline and habits become a huge factor. It's because, like, I know that I want this. I know that this will make me feel good for the short term, but this is going to be a bad decision. This is going to be bad for my long term. And you have to put, like, what's on a bigger pedestal, my long term or my short term. And if you can be a man enough to be like, all right, my long term goal is way more important than how I feel in this moment, then you'll be okay.
For sure.
But if you can't be man enough or be disciplined enough to fight that urge, you're going to go down a lonely path, and it's going to lead you to self-destruction.
Yeah, because how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Everything.
Everything is everything.
I truthfully believe that. There you go. Get into the next question. I'm going to pee real quick.
Okay. All right. Next question.
One last thing, real quick.
I'm titling
Bro.
this The Sex Pod.
No, bro.
No, because it's more than that. You're right. It's so much more than that.
Yeah.
It's about intimacy and emotions and
Yes.
not just
No, bro,
fucking
but,
physical.
and I think it's good that a lot of men are going through this.
Yeah.
And we'll
They
talk
feel
about
it and they
because
will never
it's-
speak about
because
it.
It's so emasculine to be like, no, I'm I don't.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And
I don't
we-
say I love you during sex.
Right.
Why? Like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? This is what I'm talking about. That people don't want to be themselves.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
I'm sure we've helped a lot of people, and a lot of people can resonate with what we're speaking
yeah.
about because
Even if they never say it.
they're feeling this deep down, but they don't want to speak about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
finish up on this. Yep.
I was just saying, bro. I mean, I think my most viral clip was speaking about ignoring the red flags, and one of the reasons why I've ignored one of the reasons why I have ignored red flags was because I was having bomb ass sex, bro. I was having fucking amazing. I was having the world's greatest. I mean, talk about fucking cheers it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was literally having like as good as it can get. You know, with you know, and and long story short, that's why I ignored.
Blind you, yeah.
Bro, because it's just in addition to what Zach said before, it makes you. There's more to a relationship than just that.
100%.
Let's go.
You don't only get intimate that way.
Yep. All right. This would be good for all of us. How do you find the good in defeat and overcoming failure? I mean, we've all done it.
Great.
We've all done it.
Someone started off. Let me get that bottle though.
Yep.
You're just.
Good idea.
I could. How do you find the good in defeat? And what was the second part to it?
And overcoming failure.
It's the very simple response to that is that you don't know what up is until you've been down. If you live a life that is only up, it's not up. It's just life.
Right.
But if you have hit rock bottom before and you know what that feels like, that's the only way you're going to know what good is, what the good in defeat is, overcoming that failure. Like, and I said this on the last one, and I got it from the dude that you guys had an episode with before, where you can't manufacture that fuel. You can't manufacture the pain from losing. If you've only won, Michael Jordan would not. The 6 rings of Michael Jordan wouldn't mean as much if he didn't. If he made his freshman year basketball team, which he didn't. He knew exactly what it was like to fail in the beginning and use that shit to keep on going. Floyd Mayweather's undefeated record would probably not mean as much if he didn't go bronze at the Olympics instead of gold. You know what I'm saying? So you're never going to know what up is until you know what down is. And anybody that's down, I'm there right now, bro. I'm not in a good place. You want me to keep it a buck with you? I was very happy when you said, yo, you want to come and record tonight? Because this is therapy to me. You know what I'm saying? Just getting it all out and being transparent. I'm somebody wearing my heart on my sleeve. I come here, we're going to talk about everything. You're never going to know what up is unless you know what down is. And that's my answer to that for sure.
Yeah. I'll take a different approach to that too, just for people. I've lost my fair share in this life, right? Like, that's all I've known was like failure or not being taken serious enough, or people telling me I'm not good enough, whether it was basketball or relationships, right? But like, there's also been points where, like, you know, the question is how to find good in defeat and overcoming failure. This has created that mindset for me, was losing my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, was going through that loss. And that was always like the toughest thing for me, because toughest and best thing for me. I took so much positive out of that just because of my mindset, where it's like, when I fail or when I lose in something, I don't take it that serious. I don't wear it. I don't wear it on my sleeve, because like, I've already went through the worst possible thing that could ever happen to me in my life. Like, the thing that hurts the most, the thing that I can never change is me losing my mom. Yeah. So I've taken that mindset of like, all right, well, this happens to me. This didn't work out. I just got to work harder, because like, I'll win in the end. Yeah. I'll be able to persevere if I cultivate this mindset of never giving up, of persistency, of consistency.
It's a great perspective.
And it's been such a blessing in disguise where there's some people that lose a parent and it's the death of them, the end of them. They want to feel the sympathy, they want the empathy from people. And yes, you should feel that, but you shouldn't identify with that. You shouldn't live your life as like, I lost a parent at a young age as a child. I grew up without a father or without a mother. You shouldn't live your life that way.
It doesn't define you.
You should use that failure, right? That tragedy as fuel. That should be something that keeps you motivated, because now you have an angel in the sky. Now you have someone watching you. Now you have someone that you have to make proud. Yeah. And that's what I've done, because I've had my fair share of failures in my life. I've lost scholarships. I've been injured multiple times. I've been broken up with. I've been heartbroken. I've always been kicked to the curb my entire life, but I never let that be the end of me. I never let that, be who I am, because I'm like, I've already overcame this at such a young age. I had to grow up as a 12-year-old. I had to become a man. I had to really understand what life is all about at such a young age. So I accepted that, and I'm still going today. So if I was able to overcome that, what's someone telling me no? What's something that I put my heart and soul into and it didn't work out immediately? I'm just going to quit? Yeah. That's like me when my mom died, just give up on life. Yeah. Just not do anything with my life. What the fuck is that? Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what my mom would say. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. What? Because I'm not here anymore physically? You just shouldn't do anything with your life? You might as well have died with me. And that's bullshit. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep doing this thing until I can't do it anymore. So every single time something gets tough in my life, or there's some type of roadblock, I just look right back to that moment. Yeah, I cried. Yeah, I spent a lot of long nights in the bed crying myself to sleep. Yeah, I spent a lot of nights crying in the shower. But I wiped my tears and I kept going. And that's the mindset that I've cultivated. And that's why I am successful, and I'm going to be uber successful, is because I don't allow roadblocks and I don't allow bad things in my life to stop me. I look at it as a lesson. Okay, I learned from this. I've made some mistakes. Now what can I do to be better? And that's the mindset that you have to have if you want to be successful in life. And that's exactly what I've done.
I love that. That was amazing, brother. It really was. It was great.
Cousin Z. Spitting heat.
Cheers.
Cheers to that, my man.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Cool.
Bang. That was beautiful, bro.
Thank you.
It was amazing.
I appreciate that.
I'm going to take a more poetic approach.
There we go.
Bro, I think about failure, bro, and suffering and all the bad things that can happen to you in your life, and we've talked about this before, like a painting. You know, I attribute that as the darker colors, bro, in a painting. The blacks, the browns, the gray, the grays. It's the same thing. Those darker colors, bro, is what makes a painting so fucking beautiful.
Fuck yeah.
You know, that's what makes a painting. Like, bro, think about the Mona Lisa without any of those darker colors in it. It's the same thing. I truthfully believe it's the same thing with your life, bro. It's the experiences in our life, bro. The heartbreaks, the failures, the traumas, the shit you did not want at all that makes your life beautiful, bro. You know, I always said this before, like what good? Because when I was getting into filmmaking, and it was what was the quote? It was like, without it, what was the quote, bro? It was like, without adversity, you know, have you ever seen a plot in a movie that didn't involve some type of adversity? There's always something inside of a movie that goes wrong, and that's what makes a movie good. And I hate it, bro, because like sometimes I'm watching a movie and it's going so well for the person. Yeah. But I know at some point something has to go wrong, and I know that it's gonna get better for that person. But the 30 minutes or the 45 minutes it takes from this person being in the worst place they can be to back to being, you know, to back.
That's what makes them who they are.
Exactly, bro.
We subconsciously do that too.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We subconsciously, like when life is going good, we subconsciously think I know something's about to fuck up. Yeah. I know something is about to go wrong because life can't always be good.
No.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Smooth-
there you don't appreciate the sun without the rain.
Bro,
Yeah.
smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, brother. Okay? You're not gonna be a great fucking sailor if you've never hit some fucking waves.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
And in the moment when you're hitting those waves, doesn't feel like that you want it. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
But when you learn from it, that's the only way that you can get better as a human being.
And just having faith, bro, that you will learn from that you will overcome it. Just having faith that it's not going to be this way forever.
100%.
My most anxious thought in my head, the most negative thought that I have in my head is it going to be this way forever?
Is it ever gonna get better?
You know, that's the worst thing that I think about in my head. And it's pretty funny, bro, because I look back on all the times that I ever thought that thought, and I'm like, oh man, so stupid. But you know, in the past 2 weeks, I've been having those thoughts again, and it's very scary in that it's very scary in that moment. But it just, you know, for whoever's asking this question, you know, or just anyone in general, bro, it's always important. That's why I think faith is so fucking important. Faith is so fucking important because, bro, like it's. Faith is, if you can never have a bad life if you have faith, because anything that ever happens to you in your life, you'll know that there is a deeper reason to why this thing is happening, and this thing is molding you to become the person that God wants you to be, and that you want you to be, you know, because, bro, deep down, nobody wants a vanilla life, bro. Nobody wants, like you said, bro, nobody wants an easy life. It's not interesting, but it's just hard. It's hard to deal with suffering when it comes, because suffering can be so bad. But if you do actually deal with it in a healthy way, it makes you better.
Yeah.
100%.
That's the shit. I mean, I sound like a broken record. Like the
No,
two
yeah.
books. The
Yeah.
two books.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard me speak about that. Like there's the book that it's just this cookie cutter life, like traditional, find your high school sweetheart, nothing happens, kids, white picket fence, you die at 75. Or it's the heartbreak, the failure, the you know, the not knowing whether this is gonna work out, all that. What book would you rather read? I'd rather read this because more shit happens.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done. Like, we've accepted this life of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. There's a lot of people that accept life at 25, and it's just this steady, like, all right, this is what I got. I'll get a promotion in 5 years. I'll get another promotion in 10 years. I'll find my wife. I'll have kids. We'll move into a house, and I'll have grandkids. And it's just this steady slope where it's more of a level than an incline. And they accept that. And for some people, that's what they want, and that's okay. I don't knock you for that.
No, yeah.
But I knock people that talk shit about us for being vulnerable, for speaking about our issues, for speaking about the things that we're going through and trying to downplay it. It's like, yo, I'm playing a whole different game than you.
Right.
You and me aren't even playing the same game. So what is your perspective on life and your judgment on life? What does that mean to me? Stop. You know, you have no place to be able to speak to what I do with my life, because you're not living my life. You're not doing the things that I'm doing. You're not doing the things that I'm trying to pursue.
Yeah.
So all the hate, all the comments that we get, all that bullshit, it's like, yes, one, we shouldn't let it affect us whatsoever. But two, it's like, before you take the time to comment on me and judge me, look at yourself in the mirror. What the fuck are you doing with your life? What are you doing every day?
No, the same shit. I could call you a year from now and you probably have the same answer.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
There's no way to live, brother.
Yeah, bro, and that's been a battle as well, bro, because that also has been fucking with me, bro. The comments, bro, and just the hate, because, bro, it's because I'm studying YouTube, and that's actually a common thing, bro. A lot of people, you know, like they talk about dealing with the hate, bro, and these are people that are not as thick-skinned as us, do not have a boxing background, a football background, a basketball, an athletic background, to where they're okay with understanding that opinions don't mean anything. But
we've been judged forever.
Right.
Yeah. That, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it doesn't need nothing you could say to me that I am already said to myself anyway.
Yeah.
So it don't fucking matter. You know
Said
what
it
I'm saying?
worse, too.
Yeah,
Right. Said it
fuck
worse.
you, yeah.
I'm my own worst critic.
100%.
Nothing you can say to me hurts me
Nothing.
more than the shit that I've said to myself.
Absolutely. Fuck
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, and I think the advice there for that, I mean, I know this isn't the question, but, bro, like, I saw this today, and it actually made a difference. It was winners don't winners don't concern themselves with the opinions of losers.
100%.
What the fuck am I gonna do? It's like, bro, like you're sitting here throwing hate at me. It's like, bro, like you said, what are you doing with your life? It's like, yo, sit here, type up as many messages as you have. I will never respond to a message ever again.
I'm a faceless account.
I will never.
Also.
I'll never do that ever again because
fuck that, bro.
it just
Shit is
doesn't. It
not
just
worth your
doesn't.
energy, bro.
It's not worth your time. Not worth
I only
your
take
energy.
the positive comments serious now.
100%.
Yeah.
I laugh at the things.
Bro.
Me and you can laugh at it. I'm sure
Yeah.
you've had your fair share of fucking negative
We had,
comments.
no.
Yeah, no, leave it.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
We'll tell you off pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, like I also just got a comment today on a Tubcast video, which was in the episode 20 to 30,
Yeah.
in between that window. This is the best fucking self-help podcast out there.
Fuck yeah.
So this dude went back 75 episodes to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
watch an episode of you and me sitting in that fucking hot tub,
Yeah.
shooting a podcast, drinking some probably wine or some. We didn't even have. We couldn't even afford Casamigos back then. You know,
That's
but
funny.
but for real, like so like. I mean, to wrap this up,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, take the hate with a grain of salt.
Bro.
Take the failures with a grain of salt. Be positive in who you are.
Yeah.
Trust who you are.
Yeah.
Trust your work. That's the
Yeah.
most important thing. Trust your work.
Trust
Your work. Like, a lot of people, like, they want to perceive themselves a certain type of way, but they haven't even believed in the work that they've put in. So that's why they question themselves. I don't question myself. No. I've put in the work. I've taken the time. I deserve to be where I am at. And I also deserve to be where I'm not at.
Yeah.
Because I haven't done all the work necessary to be in the position that I want to be. But I have, for sure, put in the time, put in the effort, put in the blood, sweat, and tears to be in a position that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
And I've trusted that. I know the work that I've put in. I know that the work that I'm doing that no one sees. Yeah, a lot of people see shit on social media. Yeah, we've done 200 million views over the last year, but there's been 200 fucking hours that people haven't seen when the lights were off, when nobody's seen that.
Yeah.
But I know it. Deep down, I know it. So that's why I can have confidence in myself. Basketball players, football players, athletes, boxers, they're confident in their work when the lights are on because of the shit that they do when the lights are off.
Yeah.
That's why those people are confident. You think they're just good at what they do? No, you didn't see the hours that they put in.
What's the
People don't put in everything on social media.
No.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 rule, I tell people. I tell people this all the time. There's a 50-50 rule. 50% of the people are going to like what you're doing. 50% of the people are not going to like what you're doing. What side are you going to resonate with?
Yeah.
I don't create for the 50% people that do not like what I'm doing. I create for the people that do like what I'm doing. And that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm not going to focus on the people that are talking shit because I did not make that for you then.
Right.
I don't need to cater. When you try to cater to everybody, you cater to nobody.
Yep.
I'm not catering to you. I'm catering to me and the people that resonate with me.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I could go on that.
I love that.
Fuck you, basically.
Fuck you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's get into the not being off. What is it? Not
Oh
being
yeah,
yourself?
I mean,
On
yeah,
social
I
media.
had somebody asked me this question: how important is social media for branding? Okay, and I think it's extremely important. Maybe the number one thing. But my problem with social media is that nobody is putting out who they actually are on social media. These people have, whether it's women or whether it's men, they have this thought process where they need to be a character in front of the camera that they think the world wants to see instead of who the fuck you actually are. Like, when it comes to women, it's cooler to be a hoe than it is to be a just wholesome, nice, happy-go-lucky, fucking jovial woman. It's so much more accepted somehow, some way, from an Instagram standpoint, for you to go and pretend that you're a fucking hoe. You understand
Because
what
it
I'm
doesn't
saying?
get likes.
So you're chasing views and you're chasing likes by being a character that's not necessarily you. I'm not saying that people are 100% fake. The genuine side to you definitely comes out when the camera is rolling, okay? There's a little bit of that fake character that is real, but it's so fucking blown up and enhanced because you're chasing this bullshit, likes and comments and X, Y, and Z. Like, bro, that's what separates us from these people. whether it's influencers, whether it's podcasters, whatever the fuck it is. We are ourselves here, transparent, wear our heart on our sleeve, and we are who we are. And I'm not trying to fit the mold of what fucking society thinks I'm supposed to be like because I'm 6'5", 330 and tattooed out the gills. Just because emotional and transparent stuff comes out of my mouth when I look like this, and you don't think that I'm supposed to look like that. You don't think I'm supposed to speak and have this, you know what I mean? So that's the biggest problem that I have with social media and from a branding perspective, because people aren't putting out who they actually are, and I see it firsthand with people that I know, people that I knew, people that were in my daily lives, people that are not in my lives no more, people that I don't know, but that you kind of know from the back scene. I know that you are not, we know the real you. You are not being the real you when the camera's rolling. And that's where you're fucking up, because eventually the shit is going to run out. The shit, you cannot be this character forever. You're going to have to tap into who you are eventually. And it's going to be a complete 180. And people are going to be like, well, what the fuck were we just, you know what I'm saying? And why would you want people to resonate with you when you're not being you? It doesn't make sense to me, bro. It really doesn't make sense to me. And it really makes me like question everything that you see on social media. It's like, everything is smoke and mirrors. You could be a rapper, you could be an athlete, you could be a podcaster, you could be an influencer, whatever the case may be. If you're pushing out something that's fake, that's all smoke and mirrors just for likes and follows, and that's not actually you, bro. It's like taking a picture in a Bentley that's not yours and pretending like it is just because you want the likes and the comments. And that's such fucking, like, you know what I mean? That's such a small, stereotypical bullshit thing, surface level thing. But it's real, bro, and it translates to emotions, and it translates to relationships, and it translates to friendships, and it translates to everything else when you're faking who you are for likes and clicks because you want to get X on your reels or this on, like, you know what I'm saying? You want to get YouTube followers and you want to do X, Y, and Z by not being who you are. That shit is ugly, bro. That shit makes the most beautiful people ugly as fuck. And that's how I feel about social media.
Yeah, bro, it's hard. It's hard because a lot of people, like we sit in a position to be like, I know that's fake. I know that's not who you are because of who we are as actual people.
Yeah.
But then you see that the love that's given to the fakeness on the internet, and we sit there and not only do we question the person that's posting it, but we question, like, how did this go viral? How did so many people like this? How do so many people not understand that, this is not who this person is. This is fake. This is a facade. And now that makes you question everything. Not only the person posting it, but the people that are involving themselves with it, right? That are appreciating that. It's like, that's all bullshit.
All bullshit, bro.
And that's also the thing that hurts people like us, right? Because this week I've gotten 4 text messages of people like really like showing love and appreciating who I am. You sent one. Like, that was a beautiful message, bro. Like, I appreciate you for that. Like,
Got you, brother.
like he sent me you know what I'm saying, like a text message. Me and him never send that, you know what I'm saying? Because we know what it is. But like, he sent me a message, bro. Like, and I sat there and like, I read it like 5 times and I was just sitting there, right? 3 or 4 other people sent me like a similar message.
That's the one with Erica. Crazy.
Yeah, and then 2 other people sent me a message this week. And I sat there and then I questioned myself, right? Because like, there's a lot of times like I do believe in myself, but I also question myself and I doubt myself a lot. And I ask myself, like, do I belong here? Do I belong in the position to the life that like I see for myself? Am I actually that person? And that's what I struggle with a lot, is like that confidence of, yeah, I'm confident in who I am right now, but am I confident enough in the person who I see myself in the future? Yeah. And that's something that I haven't got to that point yet, of actually believing that I'm going to be that person. And I've received 4 text messages this week that people showed me love into that aspect.
People
like,
believe it.
People are like, yo, you're going to be a superstar.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I believe you're a rock star. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, full transparency, like, bro, you look on Instagram, if we're talking about Instagram metrics, he has 150,000 followers. I have 4,000. Yeah. We've been doing the same thing for over a year.
Yeah.
So, sure, I'm in a position to be like, why am I not getting the love that he's getting? Right? Yeah. What have I done that he hasn't done? Yeah. We've both had viral clips. Yeah. I've had viral clips that other people have posted, and it didn't go viral for me. Yeah. So now I'm like, yo, is this the universe telling me that, like, you are? But that's why I've shifted it. I've been like, okay, deep down, I really know who I am. And I know I'm not the best version of myself that I could be. I know I haven't really taken the work and put in the time that I know the person I could be. I've gotten by on the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I've gotten by on just the work that I've put in so far. But I know that I can do more. I know that I can be a better person. I know that I can be deeper on these podcasts. I know I can read more books. I know I can watch more podcasts. Nobody else knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone else looks at me as this like mental health guru. But I know that like I'm just scratching the surface of that level.
Yeah.
So a lot of people look at me as like this guru of this mental health, this self-help expert, this person that's going to be a rock star, but I question myself like, okay, I'm getting all this love from people that are close to me, the people that actually know me, but I know what I can actually do if I actually put in the work, right?
Yeah, basically, I ain't did shit yet. I deal with that, and I know it's your turn. But
It's all good.
I
No
deal with
turns.
that because, like, I am. You see at war, and you see me, and I really deal with. I'm gonna pretty much repeat what you just said and just regurgitate through my own words because I go out, I get the most love. I go to the club, I get the most love. I get it everywhere. I get it in my DMs. You changed my life from listening to this and what you post here and what you do there. And I'm just like sitting there and thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, there's some days I don't even want to be here. You know what I'm saying? And for you to come to me and show me this love and treat me like king, for lack of a better term, and I feel like a fucking peasant to myself because I know where I could be and I'm not there anywhere near it. And from your perspective, I'm on top of the fucking world. I was just in South America. From South America, went straight to Dubai. I know what that looks like. You don't know that I didn't sleep in Dubai. Because I am not where the fuck I want to be in my life. And I just went there to surprise my best friend who was doing his thing. You feel me?
Right.
And I'm there so not okay with myself for whatever reason, but I know what that shit looks like from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting, bro. It's exhausting to not have to, because I don't have to put it out there. I could just not post for a couple weeks and just get my shit together. But that shit is not good for personal brand. Like, you get it. You know what I'm saying?
I've been feeling that recently
It's hard,
because
bro.
I didn't post this Thursday. It was the first Thursday I haven't posted in a month,
Yeah.
and it's because I didn't have it.
Yeah,
I didn't have it that day,
Yeah.
and it's scary to think about that. I mean, this is a completely different conversation, but I just related to that, and then just to expand on that a little bit. I don't believe greatness lies in you have to post this day, that day, and that day. You have to honor you. Because it's like, bro, the reason why any of us are gonna do good is because, bro, there's a piece of God, there's a piece of greatness inside us. I truthfully believe that, bro, and that's what I try to. That's the thing that I try to tap into as much as possible, and it's my number one relationship in life is that whatever that is, whatever that thing is, and I think that's why I have been able to do some beautiful things because I prioritize that. I really do, but it's hard once you start to have obligations. I like having low expenses. I like being single. I like not really having a lot going on because it makes me, it's easy for me to just be with myself and continue to grow who I am, continue to evolve as I need to evolve. But once I start adding all this shit in, none of that shit is me. Once I start adding in these car payments and these material possessions and this posting and this fucking huge platform, it's like, that's not me. It feels like it. And honestly, bro, the thing that like people, it's funny, like the big social media presence lately, outside looking in, has honestly felt like a little bit of a prison because it feels like if I don't continue to grow this thing, it's gonna die. Like I'm a slave to the algorithm.
I feel that with my measly 11K. I can only imagine what it feels like plus 6 figures.
Well, bro, where I'm at now with it is bro, the reason I think the only reason why anything is happening for me in any sense of the way is because I've said fuck that shit, you know? Like the times that I've truly grown on social media, bro, were the times where I cared about it the least.
Yeah.
And the times the times I've cared about it the most were my worst posts.
100%.
And it's weird, bro, because like I don't know, man. I think that's a weird thing in life where there's this energy of like I need this to happen. You're so attached to it to happen that you're clinging on to it,
Bro.
and whatever you want to happen, it just runs the fuck away.
I wish I screenshotted what I read today because I'm not going to get it verbatim. But
Yeah.
a therapist said that if you chase good, you never get it. Because you have this perception of like what good is.
Yeah.
And like if you're always chasing it, it's just like you feel like it's never ending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when things are bad, it can only get good. Right? So it's like this weird paradox in life where it's weird, dude. It really is weird, and I guess we only learn it by doing it and going through the motions.
Yeah.
But I was plus 9 hours in Dubai trying to figure out when to post, bro. In that state of mind where I felt worthless,
And like,
where I felt like I don't even want to be here, and I'm not talking about Dubai.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was it was rough, bro. And I know it kind of sounds like first world problems. I could get that. Some people could look at this and be like, "What the fuck you talking about, dude?"
Fuck them,
You
bro.
know what I
Yo,
mean?
fuck them.
But
Like,
no, I get it. No, 100%. You're right. You're 100% fucking right. And it's really, really hard. And it's the trade off that we have to deal with the route that we chose. That's the thing.
Yeah, and one, I want to say, like, for you to think that, and for you to be in that position, I genuinely want you to know, like, bro, you're a great fucking dude.
No, I appreciate it.
Like, bro, like, we love you, bro.
I love you guys.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like,
yeah.
we genuinely love you,
Thank
bro.
you.
Like, this is, we've had a lot of people that hit us up to be in this position, right? To ask, to be on the podcast. Like, bro, when you said today, you were like, oh, run it by Jake. I'm like, bro, you're good. You want to come on? Like, bro, you're available tonight?
Yeah.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
It
like, we
means
love
a
you
lot.
here. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I
bro,
know.
like,
I appreciate that.
like,
for
bro,
sure.
like, you're like, we talk about it without you. Like, bro, like we want you on the team. Like,
Thank
we
you.
see, like, when we're traveling the world, like, you're with us.
No,
Like, real shit, bro.
means
And
the
like,
world
that's
to
a
me.
beautiful thing about social
Yeah,
media, right?
100%.
Like you and me connected on social media because I saw your clip talking to the Spanish dude that wears the Yankee hat.
Oh,
And then I'm talking about your construction job. Right?
Yes,
like
my
when
boy Kev,
when
shout out to Kev.
yes, Kev. When I love his content.
About to be the biggest fucking comedian in the world.
He's
that
so
motherfucker.
good.
Yo, give me a fucking call back. Oh, actually, how about that? I'm just fucking
But
with
yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, from that moment,
you. Yeah.
I connected with you. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
So
it.
like,
Yeah, I mean
for
it.
you to even have those thoughts, it bothers me because I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, like Scafiddi, like John Scafiddi Jr., like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, great fucking dude. You know what I'm saying?
means
Like,
the world.
immediately, like, and I've also had, like, bro, like, the girl I'm speaking to right now even said, I told her today on that you wanted to start your own podcast, and she said, I would listen to that.
That means the world.
I would listen to that.
Yeah.
She doesn't listen to any of this type of shit, but like she's seen the clips of you, right? She knows you're involved. So I would listen to that. The other girl, one of my best friends, that's a girl. I linked up with her today. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, the dude with the beard, John, you know what I'm saying? He's always on our pod. Oh, I love him. He's great. These are people that don't even know you, but they just seen you on our platform, bro. They love you. People love you, bro. Like you are a superstar. Me and Jake say all the time, like you are the most viral guy that hasn't like gone mega viral yet.
No, it'll happen, and you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be on this platform because that's the way the universe works. Because you guys gave me wasn't the first pod that I was ever on, but it was the most meaningful pod. And how about this? You really want to know something that's fucking crazy? Our first pod aired today, a year ago.
No, it
Really?
didn't. No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Wow, that's
We didn't
pretty good.
record it, but it aired.
It aired.
Today. You dropped it today. I was in California.
What's the
dealing
date?
with some shit. Today is the 9th.
February
of
9th.
February 9th.
Keep the conversation going. My memory card's gonna die.
I give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget.